Welcome to Grammar Grade 10. I'm really glad you're here. This is Unit 1, Lesson 1, and we're starting right where every sentence starts, with the noun. Nouns are the names we give to everything around us, and today we'll look at what kind of thing a noun names. Can you touch it, or does it live only in the mind? And what about a single word that names a whole group at once? Let's dig in. Let's begin with the foundation. A noun is a word that names a person, a place, a thing, or an idea. A teacher, a harbor, a violin, a feeling like courage, every one of those is a noun. They're the words we hang almost everything else on. Now, an earlier lesson sorted nouns by number, one or many. Today, we sort them another way, by kind, by what sort of thing the noun names. Some nouns you can touch and see. Others live only in the mind. Let's start with the kind you can get your hands on, the concrete noun. A concrete noun names something real that your senses can catch, something you can see, hear, smell, touch, or taste. Think of a lantern glowing on a porch, the crack of thunder overhead, the smell of cinnamon in a warm kitchen, the cool of rain on your skin. Every one of those words points to something the body can perceive. So here's the test. If one of your 5 senses can reach it, the noun is concrete. Now for the opposite kind, the abstract noun. An abstract noun names something you cannot see or touch at all. An idea, a quality, or a feeling. Courage, freedom, patience, joy. These are every bit as real, but not in a way any sense can reach. You can't hold a jar of courage or point to a slice of freedom. They live in the mind and the heart. A good clue: abstract nouns are often the names of emotions, virtues, or ideas. Words like honesty, wonder, or fear. Here's a trick that makes the difference click. Take one scene and pull out both kinds of noun. Picture a soldier standing watch at a gate. The soldier herself is concrete. You can see her and hear her steps on the stone. But her bravery? That is abstract. You can feel it in the moment, yet no sense ever sees a piece of bravery. Same instant, 2 different kinds of noun. So whenever you're unsure, ask a single question. Can a sense reach it? If the answer is yes, the noun is concrete. If no, it's abstract. There's one more kind of noun worth meeting today, the collective noun. A collective noun names a whole group with a single word. Team, flock, committee, choir, jury. Each is just one word, yet each one holds many members inside it. A team is many players. A flock is many birds. A jury is many people. And that double nature is exactly what makes collective nouns interesting. Every time you use one, there's a question waiting. In this sentence, is the group acting as one single unit or as many separate individuals? Let me show you why that question matters, because it changes the verb you use. Sentence 1. The committee votes to approve the plan. Here, the committee is moving together, deciding as a single body. So we treat it as singular and use the verb votes with an S. Now sentence 2. The committee argue among themselves. This time, the members are pulling in different directions, acting as separate people. So we treat it as plural and use argue with no S. Same collective noun, 2 different verbs. And the verb you choose tells your reader whether you mean the group as one or the members as many. Let's boil the whole lesson into a quick check you can run on any noun. Step 1. Can one of your senses reach it? See, hear, smell, touch, or taste? If so, it's concrete. Step 2. Is it really an idea, a quality, or a feeling? Then it's abstract. Step 3. Does the word name a whole group? If it does, it's collective. And for a collective noun, ask one last thing. Is the group acting as one or as many? Answer those, and you've got the entire lesson in your hands. Ready to try a few together? In this first set, I'll show you a noun, and you decide. Is it concrete, something a sense can reach, or abstract, an idea or feeling in the mind? Pause the video and choose before I reveal each answer. The word is thunder. Close your eyes. Can a sense reach it? You can hear thunder rolling across the sky. Your ears catch it plainly. Because a sense can perceive it, thunder is concrete. The word is honesty. Try to see it, touch it, hear it. You can't. Honesty is a quality, something we value but never perceive with the senses. So honesty is abstract. The word is cinnamon. Picture it. You can smell its warm scent and taste it on your tongue. Since your senses can reach it, cinnamon is concrete. Now each sentence uses a collective noun. Read how the group is behaving and decide, is it acting as one single unit or as many separate individuals? Pause and try each before I answer. The flock wheels across the sky together. Notice the word together. Every bird is turning at the very same instant, moving as a single body. So the flock is acting as one unit. The answer is one unit, singular. The jury disagree about the verdict. To disagree, the members must be thinking separately, each holding a different view. So the jury is behaving as many. The answer is many individuals, plural. The team celebrates its championship. Every player is sharing in one single joy. The team is acting together as one. So the answer here is one unit, singular. Let's gather up what we learned. A concrete noun names something your senses can reach. A lantern you can see, thunder you can hear, cinnamon you can smell. An abstract noun names something only the mind can hold. An idea, a quality, or a feeling, like courage, freedom, or joy. And a collective noun names a whole group with a single word. Treat it as singular when the group acts as one, and plural when its members act as many. That's a strong start to Grammar Grade 10. In our next lesson, we'll sort nouns yet another way. Proper versus common. I'll see you there.